Okay, so wide receiver. Jefferson, questionable. St. Brown, I know he returned, Ben, but that doesn't mean shit because you can wake up the next day and go, maybe I shouldn't have come back.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's a legit questionable. Cooper Kupp, that's not good. He's out. AJ Brown said yesterday prior to the game he's going to miss multiple weeks. So we're assuming he's out. We're assuming Deebo Samuel's going to miss multiple weeks. Puka Nakua's on the IR. Keenan Allen's questionable, and we don't know if Jordan Addison's going to play either. So an absolute shit ton of injuries. This might end up being a Jalen Naylor type of day, right? This might end up being a seriously just go down the list. Juwan Jennings, if you wanted to. There's going to be cheap players that you can get to. One might be a Khalif Raymond day. Jamison Williams might end up. Well, I mean, hey, if I'm on a St. Brown's out, but for me, it'd probably just be, yeah, me neither. It'd be Jamison Williams, Sam Laporta, and both of the running backs. Not in the same lineup, but all four of them.
I mean, there's gonna be all sorts of things going on here. So you got let's just I'm just gonna start running through it. Obviously, you've got CD Lamb. Not the best matchup in the world, but he's CD Lamb. You've got Tyreek. Not only is he going to be a run back to Seattle stacks, but he could be a one-off. Slight problem. What are they going to do? Like, are they going to just give Tyreek the ball on like 30 screen passes, or is he just not going to get the ball? Because they have no answers in Miami. Devontae Adams against Carolina, do they need him? I don't know. Marvin Harrison had one of the weirdest stat lines I've ever seen last week. Nico Collins. This is now we're getting interesting. Nico against Minnesota. He had 10 targets, 8 for 135 and 1. This guy is just a straight monster. He really is that good, I think. I didn't like how good is he though? I think I might be. It's funny. I think I was so underrating him, and now I might be overrating him. Like I might have him as one of the best players in the league.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he might be that good.
He is fantastic. Well, guess what, man? He's priced up there with most of the best players in the league these days.
But I'm saying he should be like with Jefferson and Brown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't do that. Not because I don't think he's spectacular, but because I think there's going to be too many games where it might be Diggs or Dell. If what you're saying is you don't, and you just think he's that much better than those guys,
I think he is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is crazy because I'm not like Nico Collins is not someone that I buy on a lot. I think he's legitimately a top 5 wide receiver in the league.
Okay. I get it. That's crazy, but not crazy that you
No, it is though. I know exactly what you're saying. Like it's
yeah. Can we also just kind of go back and say that Devontae Adams last week reminded everyone why he's still incredible?
Yeah, I mean,
I think people just forget. You know, he's wasting away out in Las Vegas with Gardner Minshew as his quarterback, but he's still awesome. And he just dropped 9 for 110 and a touchdown against the Ravens in Baltimore. He's awesome.
He's Devontae Adams. Just an absolute stud. Totally get it. It's just that everyone's saying the same thing. How many scenarios realistically is Devontae Adams deep in the game going to be needed? But maybe he does his damage early.
That's my one concern is that they can just spread it around in this game.
Yeah, I mean,
I kind of like Devontae Adams more in spots where, like last week, I didn't play him, but that always seems to be where he just comes through in those spots where they desperately need to throw. You know, I'd probably rather just go to Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I mean Brock Bowers is a very good player
already out of the gate. So is Nico your favorite top tier play above 7K?
He is.
Okay. Man, there's so many guys that are questionable or doubtful.
That's the thing. It's like, oh, I can't believe that. But then it's like, how many other guys does he have to eat?
Not that many. I want to go Adams. I'm tempted to go Marvin. Marvin Harrison did have the strangest game, but he's also just good. We already know it. Like that was the breakout game you were looking for, and it came 2 weeks into the season. What do you think about him this week? He's expensive, but that game has a massive total.
Who are we talking about? Sorry.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, it was just such a weird stat line. Obviously, I mean, he's a player. There's no doubt. I'm still a little confused about paying 7,400 for him though.
I am too. I have a little bit of a tough time with that. Give me. It's a tough tier. Are you foregoing CD Lamb at that price point?
No, more so that he's not a priority, but that comes back to what we talked about at the beginning. Like if I jam a Brown stack or something, I would love to have shares of CD Lamb because he can go for 40 no matter what. I don't particularly like the spot, but that's irrelevant.
Hey, you know what? Give me Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay.
I just kind of thought through this in my head quickly. This is why I love doing this show, right? Because we're laying the foundation. The gears are turning in our own heads. Once we get to Sunday, it's kind of polished, right? Like we know what we're doing. When you and I do the deeper dive, the 2-hour show almost on Sunday, Kyler threw 21 times against the Rams. They didn't need to throw. Harrison had 8 of those targets, 38% target share. I know in week 1, you could be like, yeah, well, he didn't see anything. I understand that. But I think we both agree that's probably the exception to the rule this season is week 1.
I mean, it's very early in the season, and you're going to see outliers that just happen to be week 1. Everyone takes week 1 as what's going to happen because it's the only data point we have.
Correct. So what I'm saying, I think they have to throw.
Yeah.
I think Detroit's going to be one of the bigger pass funnel defenses in the league this year. Somehow Baker only threw 19 times last game, but that wasn't because of the success of their run game.
No, that was just a weird thing. My thing is just even with volume, there are a lot of pass catchers that chip in with, 2-4 targets style on this Cardinals team.
Yeah, you don't draft a guy like that not to use him, especially in a spot like this. I know week 1 was weird. I don't see it though.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if he starts flirting with double-digit targets every week. Because you need it at 7,400.
You absolutely do. It's risky, but I think you're going to start seeing that.
Yep.
All right. Mid-range. And don't worry, we'll actually be out of here quickly because tight end is a barren wasteland. I think I have to go Brandon Ayuk here, Ben. And
Really?
if you wanted to go Amari Cooper with that Watson stack, if you wanted to go Olave against the Eagles, Metcalf, Godwin, I think that's a really nice tier, between like 6 or 7 guys. Ayuk has been very quiet through the first couple of weeks, but this Rams team, I know it's a divisional spot. Debo's out. No McCaffrey in the passing game. Sure, you have guys like Jennings and you have George Kittle, but it's hard for me to think that Brandon Ayuk doesn't see a lot of work. 6,200, in my opinion, without Debo, without McCaffrey. Mind you, the reason I keep mentioning McCaffrey is because Mason has not been used in the passing game. McCaffrey is. So you're taking away 2 of the top pass catchers against a Rams defense that just got slaughtered last week and I think is going to continue to be bad. Give me Brandon Ayuk at 6,200.
Interesting.
Surprised you don't like him.
No, it's not that I don't like him. I just didn't think you were going to go there. I'm going to keep it very simple. I'm going to Chris Godwin. I just love that spot.
It's a great spot.
He's just in a great spot. So you're definitely taking the more risk reward situation. Now, we can't discount, or maybe I can't discount. Debo is an absolute monster. You start taking out these weapons, guys like Ayuk have to really start stepping up, and I get it. So I'll be with you. I'm going to have lineups, I'll tell you this much, that have 3 guys in the 6K range at wide receiver.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, you give me Godwin, Metcalf, Ayuk. Give me Godwin, Olave, Neighbor. Like, there's just so many combinations.
Did you mention Amari?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to obviously be an
Right.
attachment to. I can't imagine myself having Deshaun Watson without Amari this week.
We had a comment in chat. And by the way, appreciate all you guys hanging out with us. I know sometimes this show goes a little bit long, but we're trying to set you up to go into the week, start building lineups out. And we're 134 likes, 550 people watching. Appreciate you. Leonard said, Niners are a fade now, shaking my head. SMDH. As a stack, I think they are, but as individual pieces, I do not think they're a fade. Like Kittle, Ayuk, Mason, I think all those guys are perfectly reasonable plays here. They're still touchdown favorites on the road this week. Decent team total. I just would you agree? As pieces, they look good, but not as much of a stack.
I think one-offs are more
Right.
where I'd go there too. I I go back and forth with that, but yeah, I'm ultimately with you, and that's fine because it's just a Purdy situation for me.
I don't love the cheap range here. I mean, Britton
Okay.
Covey's $3,200, but on a main slate, you're not doing that. Everything was just give it like right in the flat. For showdown, it was needed, but aside from that, it's not really there. Khalif Raymond, even if Amon Ra doesn't play, I saw you shake your head earlier, and I agree with you. There's just still too many mouths to feed. Bateman, Adonai Mitchell, Jennings. Jennings, if you're stacking, I'm not one-offing him though. Jalen Naylor could be great this week if they're down a bunch of guys.
Most of this is going to be attachments to my quarterbacks. I will say, Jalen Rager possibly died so Quentin Johnson could live. He was the other TCU wide receiver that I always thought was going to be good. He looked awesome last year, and his target share is through the roof. Now they're
Last
not
week,
throwing
last week.
last week. Last
I
year
just
he
want to
looked.
be because people will call you out for that. So yeah.
People already called me out, so it's fine. Yeah, no. Last year he had issues. Maybe it's variance. Maybe it's low. Just not a lot of passing volume. Keep an eye on him. I want to see where that develops.
Okay. I could not be more out on this spot.
Yeah, I know. This is not. I'm not even. This is more of a bank this data point. Going into Pittsburgh is not exactly the blow up spot, but
And
just in
Herbert
general.
and Herbert might not play.
Yeah. No, no. I want to be clear. I'm just saying keep an eye on
Oh, I
him.
got you. Okay, you're so
Yeah,
you're saying this is a guy to monitor. I get that.
absolutely. Yeah. This is. I want to be clear. This is not particularly the week for him. I'm not sure he's going to be a 4K wide receiver this year, though. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. You're
What
not
about the
saying that if Easton Stick is the quarterback against Pittsburgh that you want to get over the field on Quentin Johnston.
I mean, I might because you could take 0.1% and
Yeah.
you'll be over the field. So don't worry about it. Uh Deontay Johnson. I'm still
I'm good.
waiting. Oh yeah, see, I like him. I like him definitely more than you do.
You definitely do. And it's not that I hate Deontay Johnson. It's that you have Rashid Shaheed at $5,300 against an Eagles secondary that just can't cover. What? No,
That guy.
it's every week. It's every week. He's going to be the guy that every week you go, he can't do it again. And then he does it again. And at the end of the season, you go, fuck, I should have just played him. Like
But
it's too late now.
he's not. He's running as hot as you can run, and at
Yep.
no point in either week was I like, son of a bitch, Rashid Shaheed ended me.
I hear you. Absolutely. What I'm saying is that this Eagles team has so many holes in the defense right now that he may just do it again. That's what I'm saying.
The biggest issue I'm with you is that this is objectively actually the best chance for him to do what he's already been doing, and that does freak me out too.
But I'm with you. Not a priority. I just like throwing guys out there that I think are in play. And I think there will be some ownership. Not a lot, but some. Jerry Jeudy, 5,200. Nice spot. Greg Dortch and Kyler Murray stacks, I think, looks more than reasonable at 4,500. That's kind of one of the cheapest spots I'm willing to get to. He's played not a ton of snaps. Like last week, did not play a lot of snaps, but they ran the ball so much, Ben, that you're not going to have as many 3 receiver sets last week. This week, I think you will. So he's in play. George Pickens is in play. I don't know if it's going to be Russ or Fields, but I think Pickens is in play. Pass funnel defense. I know Detroit only gave up 16, or Tampa only gave up 16 points. A lot of self-inflicted injuries for Detroit. Goff still threw for 300 plus. So Pickens to me is then. Let me give you one more and then get your thoughts. Jameson Williams, I like him, but if Amon Ra's out, to me, he'd be one of my favorite plays on the entirety of this slate. And then
Yeah,
JSN.
there's injury news there. JSN. I get it. I mean, I don't know how low I'll need to go. So who are you picking for your value guy here? I don't want to copy you.
Okay.
Or you want me to go first? I mean,
Well, I think I know yours already, but go ahead.
why? Who do you think I'm gonna say? Deontay?
Quentin Johnston.
Yeah, that's it, right? That's it.
No, Deontay Johnson.
I'm gonna go Deontay Johnson. I want to be clear. There's safer JSN type players. Deontay Johnson is gonna have some good games for Carolina, and Carolina can't possibly be this bad. Famous last words, but they can't.
Okay. For me, it's Jameson Williams. Even if St. Brown plays, you also know how high I am on Jameson Williams. I said it.
You are. We differ on him in general.
I'm extraordinarily high on Jameson Williams. You know, the funny thing though is you can look at last week and be like, man, Amon-Ra St. Brown had what was it? How many
19,
targets? 19 or something?
But he had 11. So
he had 11. And I know that, I know that Goff still threw a lot, but it's still a 20% target share. Like Sam Laporta has been the guy that's been most affected by the emergence of Jameson Williams, hands down.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. And it's going to continue to unfold. He's not going to be a 5K wide receiver if he sees this type of volume.
Are you really out on Jameson Williams, or am I just higher on him? Because I think he's really good.
I don't think he's that good. No.
Really?
No.
Okay. All right.
He looks awesome, but no.
All right. In this offense, he's ran 83 routes, right? He's running around on every dropback. Amon-Ra St. Brown has run 2 more routes. And both of them, mind you, at each time in one and the other game got banged up and missed a couple plays. Like he is just always on the field and gets targeted. What don't you like about him? It's a serious, honest question.
It's not even a him. It's just in that offense. I think he's going to assume more of a role as like a Shaheed type player than a Godwin type player, where it's like, okay, you have Evans and then you've got Godwin. To me, St. Brown, Laporta, Gibbs, Montgomery, I could be proven wrong. I don't see how he's consistently anything more than a home run hitter. And that's a tough way to do it. Did I watch the game? No, I did not watch the game. But I don't.
He's open a lot. I think it hurts. I think it hurts Laporta.
Maybe someone's got to go. Like I said, that's the thing. That's all I'm really saying. There has to be an opportunity cost. Not everybody on the team can be the alpha. And
agreed.
Maybe Jameson Williams is just that good. I have no idea.
Yeah. It sucks, Bug Boy. I tweeted this yesterday that since he's not on the slate, because they've got the Commanders. Doubleheader Monday night, Ben, by the way. That's exciting.
That's going to be fun.
Doubleheader Monday night. I think that's it for wide receiver. Fun. This is a really fun slate, 12 gamer.